Hey there, guys. How are you doing tonight? Hello, Becky. How are you? Hope things are going well. It's Friday. Woohoo! Who's so happy it's Friday? Give me a shout out. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys are happy that it's Friday. Friday, Friday. I'm a little. Hey, Patty. How are you? I'm a little bummed out. It's Friday because I have to go back to school Monday. Spring break. It's the last day of spring break. Um, it's okay though. I love teaching. But spring break is cool too. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Um, Trying a couple different things out here. So a little closer view with the camera. Hopefully you guys can see that. Might be a little shaky. I have my phone mounted on a tripod. It's a little shaky, so that I apologize for. But hopefully you like the closer view and you can see a little more detail when I'm sketching. So let me know if you like that. But it's always great to see you guys. I appreciate it. And don't mind me fussing in the background here. I'm trying to do something with comments and seeing if I can get that to work on screen as well for you guys to see. So we'll see if I can get that working. But if not, then it doesn't work. No, we'll see. We'll give it a try. But hope you guys are having a great day. So this is a piece I started sketching earlier today. It ended up being almost, I guess you can see kind of a ship here, some sails, maybe a dock area, some buildings in the background. Even sketched a little clock tower type of building back in here. So this is a fun piece. I was just messing around with it for a couple minutes here, getting ready. And then I'll start with a blank sheet of paper and we'll see what's going on. So let me know how you guys are doing out there in virtual land. The home edition of Inking Out Loud. You guys are the home studio edition. Crazy warm days. Wow, in the mid-70s, Becky. That's awesome. It was like only 50 here, kind of rainy. I have goosebumps. I'm actually pretty cold standing in my room here right now. I'm so glad you had a beautiful warm day. That's amazing. I see Dawn is in the house. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Good to see you as well. So, hope you guys don't mind me fussing here with the computer. Siri just came on. She always comes on. I'm going to be fussing with the computer for a second here. I'm trying to get something to work here behind the scenes. So, hopefully I can get it rocking and rolling. There's a way that I can get comments to show up from both YouTube and Facebook in the same stream, and I'm hoping I can get you guys. You can see that on screen here, so it's probably settings somewhere I didn't do something right with. But let's refresh this. Let me try this here. Let's retry this. But yeah, let me know what you're up to. Let me know. I've been seeing some awesome artwork out there. You guys are on fire with the artwork, the creativity. It's like synaptic overload. I love it. Synapt, right? Synaptic overload, I think, has to do with like your brain and nerves and things. But whatever it is, I meant in a good way. It's like creative overload. So let me just play around with this thing here. See if I can get it to work. If not, that's okay. It's no biggie. So I have a thing here on the chat. Hey, there we go. I think it's showing up. Can you guys see? Hey, Chris, how are you? Good to see you. Chris, I hope you're doing well. You're feeling better on the road to positive recovery. I won't mess with this anymore. So I'm trying to pop a stream in here that you guys can see some comments popping up. If people are on YouTube, their comments should show up here as well. If you're on YouTube and watching, and I'm not seeing your comments, sorry guys. Hey Julie, good to see you. You have a large blue rectangle on the right side of the screen. Yeah, so let me know if you can see comments in that blue rectangle. It's working on my end now, so hopefully you guys can see it. Chris is getting better. Awesome. Chris, you know what else is getting better? Your artwork is always getting better and better every day. It's so amazing. All of you guys, your artwork is, it's just, it's like spring. It's just like blossoming. It's incredible. Um, I love it, guys. So this is a little scene I did earlier today. Let's open up a blank sheet of paper. So thinking out loud, we'll see how it goes. If you guys are just seeing a blue rectangle and no comments in it, let me know. I'll turn it off. Oh, okay, you can see comments now. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to keep it on. Let me know if it's annoying or if you guys like it. The idea is so when I have people on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, everybody should be able to share their comments in one stream. I know last night I had some people on YouTube, some here, some of you guys on Facebook, and you couldn't see each other's comments, and I know it'd be nice so everybody can engage with each other. Cool. All right, so I got a blank sheet of paper. I also have something new I'm going to break out. So at some point, it's just a Daniel Smith extra fine watercolor stick. I haven't used watercolor sticks. It feels like an oil pastel to me, but obviously it's watercolor. A little bit blurry, sorry. So we'll play around with that and see how it works. Now let's use that instead of our Sharpie. Becky, you can see the comments. Awesome. I can see the comments in your blue rectangle. Cool. You guys are awesome. So let's play with this watercolor stick. This is the only color I have right now. So I figured I would just try one before I buy more. I'm just curious to see how water soluble it is. Obviously it's watercolor, so it should work. But I don't know how intense it's going to be and all that stuff. Oh, cool. Patty, you have one just like this. Chris never used them. Yeah, me neither, guys. Thought it'd be fun to try. Patty, let us know if you've used your watercolor stick and if you like it. Like I said, this is the only color I have right now. I actually found it with my art stuff mixed in there. So I'm going to draw with it, obviously, and then paint over it with water. Kind of has a sticky grip on the paper as I'm sketching with it. It almost feels like I'm sketching with a piece of rubber. It's not flowing, but that's okay. So maybe I'm sketching maybe some kind of a water tower shape or something. All right. Let's throw some water on this. Got some clean water over here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know this camera's shaky, guys. My bad. I just hit it. That's something I got to work on. All right. Get some clean water. Move it to my left over here. There we go. Let's see what it does. Who's ready? Who's ready for the magic? Anybody? It melts when touched to water. Okay. I have used it with your sketching. That's cool, Patty. Awesome. So we are adding the water. Ooh. I love how you said it melts. It is melting. It's actually, I thought it was going to be much darker since it's black. It actually has coming out a nice gray tone on here. Let me try just putting put it on the wet area and see what happens. Sketch on it. It's kind of cool. I am happy that it's not as intense as I thought it was going to be. you know, sometimes working with black can be really challenging because it can be so intense and just overpower everything. But so I'm just going back and forth with sketching with the, what do we call it? Watercolor stick. Adding water. Just trying to get a feel for it, right? That's how we get to know our tools and know what we like or our supplies and what we don't like. It's just by messing around with them. Right? If I just left this sitting on the desk here and staring at it, I would have no clue what it does. So I'm creating this is like a water tower. Maybe you see on top of a skyscraper somewhere. And I'm creating kind of an illusion or the idea that it's curved. So I have some lines here, but you can see as I'm going towards the right, I'm kind of adding more lines to it, making them closer together. And up here where the top is, I'm just slightly curving my lines. And I'll do the same thing across the tower, just add some slight arcs on here, just to give the idea that maybe it's curving. So it'll be interesting to see when this dries, if I keep adding layers to it, how that works. So it is kind of leaving this, it's leaving kind of pieces of the stick on here. You see those kind of blobs. That is a technical word, by the way, blobs. We have some blobs on there. It just picks them off. So that's interesting that it's kind of leaving those marks. I actually like it on this. I don't know if they'll dry on there or not. But it's adding to the kind of industrial look I was going for. Yeah, so Patty, or anybody, if you have advice on these, if you've used them, share in the comments. I wish I had some other colors to mix with them. Something's telling me I have another color somewhere. Let me check over here. I could be totally wrong. Just kidding. This is my travel art kit. You guys have seen me use this before. But I might, sometimes I have random things in here. No, these are all colored pencils. I might have some somewhere. That's okay. Cool, so what's going on out there? Yeah, Patty. Oh, Patty, have a great night. Yeah, I'm planning on being on tomorrow, so I should be on tomorrow night. 7:30, 7:30, 7:45, somewhere in there. Do you feel waste to stick up using the stick straight on like that? Chris, oh, so Chris, do I feel like I'm wasting this by drawing right on here? That's a good question. This actually might be the paper that's rubbing off. That's a good question, Chris. I don't feel like I'm wasting it because I want to sketch with it, like a pencil or a pen. But I guess another technique would be I could put some on here, on a palette, right? And then I could just wet that and then lift it off. And then paint with it that way. Yeah, guys, so I don't know if this is the paper that's rubbing off or if it's the actual stick. We'll do a close-up. You can see it. It's really weird. No, I don't think it's the paper because I can smudge it here. I don't know. I have to get the hang of it. Right now, I'm not really liking it because I don't like the way it's going on the paper. I don't like all the stuff it's leaving behind either. So I feel like it's something I really need to either to learn more about or practice more or play around with more. But right, we don't know until we try it. And again, I don't know if this is maybe old and dried out too. I mean, it's been around for a long time. So that's a possibility as well. Could be aged. Is it wax crayon? Like, yeah, it is, Becky. It's kind of like a wax crayon. Easy for me to say. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's not going on the paper kind of like a crayon would. A crayon kind of flows a little bit smoother. This is almost like rubber kind of getting caught on the paper. It's almost like an oil pastel kind of feel to it. I think it just might be dry, guys. This is really might be just dry. Globish. Globish is a good word. What brand is it? This is Daniel Smith. So Daniel Smith is a great brand for watercolors. A lot of professional artists use Daniel Smith stuff. Sorry if my camera's blurry. I'm using my phone actually tonight. It's not focusing as great as I thought it would. But this Daniel Smith extra fine watercolor stick. Try it on a hot press. Good idea, Chris. I think I have some actually. Let's see. Do I have some? So I don't have any hot press, but I do have water, like cardstock. So let me try it on kind of a cardstock sheet of paper. Right, we got to play around and test things out, and I like your idea. Try it on different paper. You know, it might be meant to, maybe if you add the water first and then, well, the cardstock isn't going to be great with water, but maybe it is meant for more of a hot press paper. It looks like it's blending out a little bit better on this. I'm not left with all those globish type things like I was on the other paper. So that's a good point. So maybe it is meant more for a hot press paper. I do want to just try this here. Let me add some water. And then put the stick on top of it and do it this way. There we go. Still a cool sketch. I mean, I like the way it came out. I think it's a fun little warm-up. Good to play around with it. I'm trying out Block Neocolor 2. Yeah, so Julie, I've actually used the Aquarelle, Neocolor 2 Aquarelle watercolor pastels, and I have used them in the past, and I love them. Actually, that's funny you said that. If you look at, this is from a illustration from a book I did called The Magic Box. Well, I illustrated the book. My friend wrote it. These were actually done with the Neocolor 2 Aquarelle. I cannot say that. Aquarelle. I'll try it later. But yeah, so I came back on these after I'd watercolored with the Aquarelle, and I got these really cool effects, especially here with the purples and magentas. So thank you for reminding me about that. I have used those before. Cool stuff. Yes, Chris, hot press is a good idea. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Dip in water first, then sketch. Like to dip watercolor pencils in water. Oh, let me try that too. This is fun, guys. I love your suggestions. So I dipped it in some water. So you can see I dipped it in water. Which, it's cool. I mean, it's definitely dissolving, but it's hard if you want to get fine lines. It's kind of hard to draw that because it's melting. But I have to say I do like the texture of it. I like the way it's looking, the effect of it here. So Becky, great idea as well. You guys are on top of it. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. So since we're playing with new stuff or things I've just found kind of laying around, I have this watercolor. It says Hudson Bay Blue. I don't even know what brand it is. It's in a watercolor pan. I was going to replace it with my watercolors here, but I can't get the pans out. They're stuck in here. So probably if I use, where's my Sharpie? Not my Sharpie, my X-Acto knife. I could pry it out with a Sharpie, that might work. But let's play with this color and put it on here and see what it looks like. It's kind of a metallic blue. I'm just going to take it right out of the pan, put it in my hand here. Hudson Bay Blue. Hudson Bay Blue. I like the name. So let's just put it down. Put it down right here. So do you guys have like lots of art supplies laying around, or things hidden, supplies hidden in places you kind of just stumble on sometimes? I mean, this stuff has been lying around. I don't know how long I've had it. It just happened to pop out at me today when I was going through my the bins in my closet. I like this color, actually. It's pretty cool. It definitely has a metallic-y look to it. So shout out to Chris. Chris, I saw the buildings you did. They look awesome. Good stuff. I think I made a comment that I was even more impressed that, to see you stepping out of your comfort zone and trying different things, and I see you guys doing more and more of that, which means I need to step up my game and do that as well. So we'll have to have a giraffe drawing session one night where I just spend the whole night sketching, painting, doing something with giraffes maybe. So I love that you guys are doing that kind of stuff. Oh, this is really cool when it's drying. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it's very metallic-y. I'll move it around and see if you can see it. I'm really liking this. I'll have to Google and see what brand it is. As it's drying, you can even see it more shimmery. Is that a word, shimmery? Yeah, this is cool. So Hudson Bay Blue. So this is still wet, so I was going to do some Sharpie on top, but it's definitely way too wet. But let's break out some, let's use some of our magic solution. Magic solution time. Hey, Heather K. Good evening. How are you? Heather K. is watching us on YouTube. Heather K. Hope you're having a great night. I'm so glad you joined us from the YouTube world. If anyone else is watching on YouTube, awesome. And everybody here on Facebook, you're awesome too. So we got some magic solution. Chris, yes. Awesome, Chris. You should be impressed with you too. Oh, I love that. Guys, we should always be not be ashamed to be impressed with ourselves. Be happy with ourselves. You know, share what you're doing. About 3 years ago or so, I would not be doing this. Was afraid to show people anything I was doing. You know, I was afraid I was going to be laughed at and scoffed for trying something new. I did say scoff, right? Does anybody use the word scoff anymore? I used to be afraid of people laughing at me, especially doing live stuff, trying new materials and having it maybe be an epic fail. But that's part of the learning process, and that's part of the creativity. Creating, painting, sketching, drawing, ballet, cooking, whatever your art is, whatever your passion is, it's the journey, right? It's not always, point Z, but it's the journey from A to Z. It's experiencing the moment, the creative moment, the triumphs. This is awesome. I loved using this. The learning curves. This is a learning curve. But I'm not going to beat myself up about it, and especially on camera, with you guys, because we're all doing the same things, right? It's how we learn. It's how we grow. So really embrace the journey. Is this an amazing water tower sketch? No, it's okay. I'm practicing. I'm playing. And I'm having a blast doing it. And I get to use the magic solution. And I just want to throw some on here. I'm just going to make this kind of, we're going to grunge it up. We're going to grunge this one up, guys. I love grunging up some paintings, getting that grungy industrial look. And that's something that I'm always trying to work on. It's an aesthetic I love so much, not just for artwork, but in reality. So I'm trying to just capture that with this piece. Right? You see just how by adding this magic solution, patent pending, it's just popping this out. It's adding to the atmosphere, the effect of it. Am I getting sloppy with it? Yeah. I love how this water crayon thing is blending in with the magic solution here. I love this effect. I like how the brown and black are bleeding together. I love how it's dripping down the page here. I'm going to let it drip. I'm going to help it go down the page a little bit more. We're going to let it dry like that. And guys, it is officially art. Why? Because I'm wearing it. I got it on me already. It's not officially art until you wear it. Hey, this is so cool that you guys can see each other on Facebook and YouTube. I love it. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you like this chat idea where you can see each other on YouTube and Facebook. Give me a thumbs up. Give me hearts. Give me likes. Because I'll keep doing it if you want. I was wondering how well it was going to work out. This is so cool. Heather K, I popped up on YouTube and saw this live. That's awesome. So cool. I'm going to throw some of this magic solution on here as well. And here we go. I'm going to let this one dry. I think. Oh, not quite yet. I just want to do... Let's break out some of this again here. We got some Neil Diamond just came on here. We had some Nirvana, from Nirvana to Neil Diamond, all within a split second. Now my whole entire... I'm slowing down. Nirvana was great for grunge effect. Cool. So, you know, I'm adding this water-soluble watercolor stick. You know, maybe I like the effect of that. Just kind of blending with the wet page. Cool. Hey, Janice, how are you? Good to see you. Happy Friday to you. Thank you. Yeah, so this is actually turned out to be a nice little piece here. I like it. I'm gonna someday whip up that magic. Chris, I would give you the recipe for this magic solution right here, but you know how KFC, they have that kind of secret recipe, and Coca-Cola has their secret recipe. This is like a really old family secret, a family recipe for this magic solution. I don't know if I could part with it. Especially since I don't remember how I made it. That's the problem. It's over a year old, and I kind of remember some of the things I put in here. I wish I had written it down. But we still have, we're down to maybe a third or so. This was filled. Yeah, just under a half. But if I figure out how to whip it up, I will share with you guys the recipe. So I just want to do a little more wet on wet technique. I love wet on wet technique, how the colors and things bleed together to kind of let their own magic happen. I'm just touching this down in places. Cool. I think I'm going to put this one aside and let it dry. So I hope you guys are having an awesome time so far. Janice is doing good. That's great. Chris, I'll whip it up, then I'll sell it. Yes. Patent pending. Patent pending on this. Ask Becky. Patent pending. You guys are awesome. I love it. All right, let's do let me put this aside and we'll get another sheet of paper out. Tomorrow night, if you guys are going to tune in, I'm just grabbing this back here. All right, here's my goal. Tomorrow night, I want to focus on doing an inky night type of sketch. So this will be the focus tomorrow night. I'm kind of planning ahead. I don't usually do that. I am planning ahead because I need to see if I can get a couple of markers at Michael's tomorrow. So if I'm able to get the markers, I'm going to try to do, I will do an inky night sketch tomorrow night, okay? So I'm putting it out there for you guys. So if you wanted to play along tomorrow night with this, if you have some kind of tracing paper, I use yellow. You could try it with regular white tracing paper as well. So you would need some tracing paper. You would need some markers these are the ones I like to use. These are Chart Pack AD markers. I like to use them on the trace paper because they blend pretty well. I'm sure you can try other markers too. I know these smell really bad, so they're not water soluble. I don't know actually I don't know what's in them. I'm trying to read the label. I'd have to Google it. These are from 2013, so I've had these a while. So some of them are dried out. So I would have some markers. Now, if you guys really are interested in this and you feel like you do want to do this, will focus on maybe doing it another time as well, and in the future, so I can, prepare you guys and make a list of supplies in that. I'm just thinking off the cuff here. I know I've had a lot of requests about doing these kinds of pieces. So if I can get the markers I need from Michael's tomorrow, we'll do this tomorrow night. If not, we'll come up with something else awesome, right? Why not? That's what it's about. Paper. It'd be good to get paper. I need to actually go there because I am almost out of paper. These are my favorite go-to sketchbooks, or watercolor books, I should say. Canson XL, 140 pound. These are my go-tos for just practicing doing watercolors and ink drawings. You guys have seen these, most of these. So here's a blank sheet. All right. What should we do? What should we do? Put this over here. Let me move that so I don't spill this, because I will spill it. That's cool, Heather. Thank you. Yeah, the Inky Night Sketches. I love that piece. It's I have a few of them I've done. They're really awesome. I don't have that on a roll. Just white sheets could work. White tracing paper sheets should work as well. So you could try that. I've used white sheets and watercolor blend markers. Yeah, Becky is right on. So you can definitely use that. Good stuff, guys. All right, let's break out. You guys know I can't go a night without using one of these. The Sharpie. It's Sharpie time. All right. Let's see. I want to do horizontal or vertical. Let's do horizontal. Let's do some horizontal sketching. Always have a backup Sharpie. Always have one on hand. Never know when it's going to dry out. Let me know if you like this closer view of the paper. I feel like sometimes I had the camera way too far. I can even get closer too. Let's see. Sorry, I know it's shaking a little bit. I'll have to fix that. So I'm using a lot of kind of dots tonight. You don't see me do this often. I have just kind of putting dots in as I'm sketching. I'm almost picturing in my brain. So let's see. I'm gonna try to verbalize what I'm thinking here. Sometimes it's hard to do. So as you see me sitting here doing these crazy, we're in art. You see me doing these crazy lines, right? As I'm doing this is all random. But as I'm doing it, my brain is starting to formulate, or I'm starting to see almost, not all the time, but see things happening. You know, maybe not the entire image, maybe portions of the image. You guys know I'm an architect, so it always comes back to buildings for me. Just how I'm wired, right? So I'm picturing, I can almost see a city skyline happening or formulating. But maybe there's some kind of a rainstorm or something happening, you know, in the foreground or something. So, you know, I'm almost picturing these being indicating some kind of rainstorm or rain falling with a city or something in the background. So that's just where my brain is right now. That could totally shift, and none of that could happen. Or something else might transform. We don't know. You guys saw the one I did. Where's the one I did? I think it's in this one. Let me see if I can show you. Oh yeah. So you guys, a lot of you guys were actually here when I did this one. This started off, I was sketching randomly, and then I started sketching these floral type of shapes. See one there, some here. Then I kept scribbling and sketching, and it ended up being, you know, a cityscape. Fireworks, I think maybe it was Chris, or I think it was Chris. Someone has said maybe they saw fireworks or something happening, and I love that. So that kind of played into what this ended up looking like. So originally I was starting off with some floral images and ended up with skyline with fireworks, right? So that's what's fun about doing this stuff, is I don't know where it's always going to go. And it might not go anywhere, and that's cool too. It's just, like I was saying before, it's the journey. It's just the act of creating that I really love. Becky, you like the closer view. Thank you. Janice, you like the better closer view. Awesome. Thank you for your feedback, guys. Yeah, I appreciate that so much. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions or comments about anything. Hope you guys are having a fun time. If you're creating anything with me right now, let me know. Or if you're just chilling out, that's cool. I always appreciate you spending your time hanging out with me. It's a lot of fun. You know, in growing up in grade school and elementary school, I guess, middle school, I was like always the kid that was the last to be picked for the kickball team or whatever team. So, you know, I didn't have that connection in school, you know, with, not till high school when I started getting into sports and soccer and stuff, but I didn't have that voice, that connection in elementary school, middle school, in the gymnasium with the kids, you know. Plus I had an accident in elementary school where I wasn't really able to participate in gym class or recreation time for about 6 months or so. And that's when I started to really draw. And I used to love cars back then. I would design cars. So I sketched a lot of cars. I sketched maps. I guess I used to like treasure maps and things. So while the kids were kind of playing at the playground or playing gym, or, you know, doing gym, kickball and stuff, I would draw. And this is how I was able to connect to those kids, my friends, when they came in from recreation time or gym time. I would show them what I was drawing. And it was my way of saying, hey, well, you guys are doing your thing. I was kind of doing something, my thing as well. So we were able to talk about their games and what they did and who scored and who didn't. And I was able to talk about what I was drawing and show them the cars I was designing. So drawing became a way for me to communicate with my peers. I was always awkward and growing up as well, and quiet and shy throughout high school. When I got to college, that changed. But drawing was always a way for me to communicate and express my feelings. Not great artwork, but it's just enough to get on paper, just to express ideas. So why am I telling you this? I don't know. I think I'm telling you this because sometimes we get hung up that our artwork has to be beautiful, amazing, museum worthy. And if that's your goal, that's awesome. I love that. But my goal is not that. My goal is really be in the moment and just to communicate and express what's in here and here onto here, because the words always don't come out easy for me. Right? I mean, if I draw this, everybody knows what this symbol means, right? Right? Everybody knows what this is. I have it. I use it for my saying here. Right? So we all know what this symbol means. Did I just draw the most amazing heart in the world? No. But if I show it to someone, they're going to know what I'm feeling, right? So, maybe growing up, I would always draw birthday cards for people to express how much I cared about them, because I really was afraid to say it or didn't know how to say it. So don't be afraid to sketch, create, and let your artwork talk for you. It can be your voice. Sometimes I say that putting pen to paper is my voice. Sketching gives a voice for me. Yes, we got deep on that, I know. Sorry. I'm sorry I got deep. That's what happens when the music changes to deep music. We'll put some Tom Petty on. I won't back down, because I am not backing down. Go with your gut, guys. Create, have fun. Use your art to connect with people somehow, some way, in a positive way. Use it to connect with yourself for Zen, meditative purposes, self-expression. It's all good. You guys are like, all right, just draw. Just draw. You're talking too much. It's okay. I'm just getting ready for my high school kids next week. Stop talking. You talk too much. No, I haven't. No one's actually said that to me yet. Actually, my goal in classes are really, and I actually told them this before spring break, is starting after break, one day a week, I'm going to have one of my students, they're going to be, I call them the co-host, the co-teacher. I'm going to have one of them come up, or in one period, and they're going to help me run the class. They're going to call on the kids. They're going to engage the conversations. They're going to be the co-host of the class that day. A couple of them are into it, especially since they will get some points for doing it. I had one kid who was helping me run some of the presentations, the treehouse design that they worked on. And he was kind of running the slide presentation, engaging the class, asking the kids if they had feedback or comments for the person presenting. It was awesome. And I think that's what school should be about, right? Just that collaboration, that engagement. It's not me lecturing, because I don't lecture. It's a studio environment. That's how I imagine my classrooms. We're a studio working together, creating together. Guys, let me know if I'm going off the deep end. Let me know. Say you are off the deep end. If you're enjoying this, let me know too. If you like this kind of inside chat, inking out loud. It's about creating. It's also about what's happening in here as I'm doing this stuff. And it's about you guys and sharing community. All right, let's add some. I'm gonna break out. What should we break out on this? I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be bold and break out some here. I just grabbed some watercolor ink. This is Pyrol Red Graphics Aqua ink. Now let's just put some red on here and see what happens. I'm gonna take it right out of the bottle. Use a watercolor brush. Just make sure I have a paper towel on hand. Somewhere I thought I had some. All right, what's going on? Let me check the comments. I have my Batman shirt on. I'll talk like Batman. No, I won't. Heather, I'm seeing a village in the rain. Heather K, that is so cool. I love that you're seeing that. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing with us. Chris, of course, yeah, I love sharing with you guys. Jason, yes, love your story, Jason. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that, guys. You don't need to wear still story, my gnome saying. Chris, I love that. I love that. Ooh, Tom Petty, yes, I am his #1 fan. Chris, very cool. Did you have a chance to see Mr. Tom Petty in concert before he unfortunately left our world? The more I listen to him, the more I love him. I've loved him. I loved him with the Traveling Wilburys. Good stuff. Good stuff. Deep is awesome. We are honored that you share with us. Becky, oh, that's so kind. You guys are awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for listening. But if I ever am boring, you can tell me. That's cool. Janice, love Petty, yeah. Guys, I so wish I could play Tom Petty. You guys could hear what I'm listening to. Darn it. See right here, I could show you. Right here. Free Falling's going right now. So, oh, and I just drew on my iMac monitor with this red stuff. That was awesome. Pardon me while I wipe my monitor off here. That's okay. All right, let's do some red on here. So this is Pyrol Red. It actually has more of an orangey kind of look to it. And I'm adding this, and I want to maybe pull out some silhouettes of some of the buildings going on. Heather, I think it was so cool that your comment, you saw a village in the rain. That's awesome. So, no rhyme or reason as to the order I'm painting this here. I'm just, whatever kinds of shapes or silhouettes I'm seeing for some building forms, I'm just kind of going around it with the red, just to pop them out. And as the more I add, I think you'll start to see some of the forms starting to pop out. I'm letting the lines do the work. I mean, letting them speak for me tonight, as they always do. They're kind of guiding me and as to where I'm painting. I'm free falling, free falling. I could sing like Patty a little bit. What we could do is we could have like a playlist, and you guys, we could all listen to it in our own places at the same time. You know what I mean? So when I'm listening to Tom Petty, Free Falling, you guys can hit the play button at the same time as me. We'll all be listening to the same music. This is a Petty song I love more and more and more. I forgot about it until recently. It's Wildflowers. Love it, love it. I have an image in my brain that I want to paint to this song. Every time it comes on, I picture the scene. And I just got to get it out on here. We'll do that one night. Right, so do you guys see the forms kind of starting to take shape? What inspires you guys when you're creating? Does music inspire you? I can't paint without it. I always feel rude that I have these on when I'm talking to you guys, when I'm listening to music. I need it though. It fuels my creativity. It's one of the things that fuels it. I'm sure you guys can guess what's another thing that you think fuels my creativity. 10 points to the winner, whoever can guess. I didn't reference it yet tonight. There we go. Right, so it's kind of popping out. You can see the forms here going on. Right, so you see the shapes. Cool. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I like the way it's looking. Let me check in with the comments. I love the comments. This is cool. I'm watching the comments on the screen and how they're kind of popping up. It's pretty neat. Kathy, how are you? Kat says the boss. Mr. Bruce Springsteen, aka the boss. Am I talking about is that the same boss we're talking about? The boss. Lately going outdoors inspires me. Becky, yeah. Nature, outdoors. That could almost be the ultimate inspiration. You know, it's not just what you see, it's what you smell, it's what you hear. It's what you taste. If you dip your finger in that frog pond and you're tasting the water, I don't know. But right, nature, outdoors engages all of your senses. Awesome for a creative ability. Creativity. The wordsmith I am not. So I'm missing some comments. If I miss all your comments, guys, I'll go back and read through them. Music can inspire me, but I like silence. Yeah, Chris. Yes. Silence is golden. Isn't that what they say at AMC theaters? Silence is golden. I agree with you. Quiet time, contemplative time can definitely inspire creativity. It's for me, sometimes it inspires a different type, very zen-like quality. I love that. Cat, yes, so I was the boss. Yes, I could sing some Born in the USA, but you don't want me to. I'm not tasting frog pond water. Yes, yeah, don't taste the frog pond water. The sound of silence, Janice says. Wasn't that a song? Sound of Silence? I want to say Simon and Garfunkel. Janice, you're right. The Sound of Silence. You guys are deep. I love this. We should have some deep conversations. You know, I think I'm going to leave it. I don't think I'm going to add any other colors to this. I'm going to leave it with just this one red color. Wait, how do I do this? I want to see if I can add a comment. I like Chris's comment here. Can I add it to the chat? Here. Chris says, I'm not tasting frog pond water. I love that, Chris. Definitely words of wisdom right there. So funny. Yeah, Simon and Garfunkel, I got it. Ding, 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 ding. 10 points for me. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep the one color. I like the way this is looking. It's a fun piece. I might add some more lines to it, though. Hey, if you guys are out there watching on YouTube, say hello. So I know we got some YouTubers out there. And we got the awesome Inklings going on right here. Changing the size of that window. The Inklings are in the house. We need our theme song. What is a good Inkling theme song? What is a good Inkling theme song? I can't think of anything. I'm trying to think. If you have any suggestions for an Inkling theme song, let me know. I'm going to zoom in a little closer. I'm just adding some simple lines on here to indicate windows. So another thing when I'm doing this kind of stuff, when I'm looking and thinking, I'll zoom in on certain areas, and I'll say, what can I pull out of this area with all these shapes going on? So, look at the big picture, and you can always zoom down. There are other lines like, and this is really detailed. I'm seeing it like a building in front of another building back in here. This is some kind of a skyscraper here. I always like to have some horizontal lines on these skylines, so everything's not so vertical. In this, I'm seeing the step back. I'm seeing a spire kind of up here. I'm going to pull it out with my Sharpie, just darken around it. I love spires on buildings. They inspire me. Did you get that? Spires inspire me. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I know, it was pretty bad. I couldn't help it. I had to go there. I'm not even going to finish the bottom. I just want it to bleed off like that. I don't want to finish these. I want the imagination to continue maybe the scene. Let the viewer use their imagination to complete what's happening. Janice might see something totally different than Becky might see. Chris might be seeing something different here. Kat might be seeing something different here. It's like, that's what's so fun, is that everybody has their own takes on this. Heather, I don't know if you're still on, but if you are, is this you saw a village? I would love to know what your village was looking like in your brain. Was it more of a urban type of village? Small town? Are we talking cottagey type stuff? Are we talking, I don't know. I'm just curious to know what you were kind of picturing. Maybe some spires coming up here. I still love the idea of the rain here coming down. I'm just going to lightly drag my Sharpie down the page and add some more of those lines. Not perfect straight lines, but just to keep that idea. Maybe I'll put some of those dots back in here. And that's kind of what gave me the thinking, or the idea, was when I started putting these dots on the page. You know, maybe some kind of a storm, or, you know, rain or something falling down. That's cool. I'm really liking this piece. Heather K, I was picturing primitive Heather K. Hey, you're still here, awesome. Hey, Tamberly, good to see you. So Heather K, like maybe in a forest or jungle. I love that, Heather. I could totally see what you were saying. Yeah, I could see the storm. I could have seen maybe some trees in here. Maybe some small like hut, primitive hut type of structures or something, right? Heather, I love that. That's a really cool idea. It would be fun to do a piece that's totally opposite this. Julie, hey, it's really fun, Jason. I see skyline from the water. Hey, Julie, that's cool. I love that you're seeing that. Good stuff. Tamberly just got home. Tamberly, I'm so honored that you're watching and you just got home and everything. That's awesome. How disheartening it is to go be able to do this. I have to be able to. Donna, so I see Donna has a comment. Donna, I have to be able to see it. So Donna, yeah, don't be disheartened. I love that you put that in there in the comments. So let's talk about it for a second, if that's cool. Yeah, so, you know, for me, and I probably make this look really easy, it's just that I've been doing this for so long. You know, and as you guys know, I'm an architect, so having that architectural training and background, and growing up from a young age of like 7 years old and wanting to be an architect and loving buildings, it's pre-programmed in my brain. So I do take it for granted that what I'm doing, yeah, it's coming, for me to see the shapes and things does come easy, and it's called because of all that training. But if you want to do this kind of stuff, for everybody, I'll definitely try to break it down and simplify the steps and slow it down, for sure. You know, I look at pictures too. When I did the Chrysler building, let's try to find it. So if I'm drawing a specific building, like the Chrysler building, trying to buy time as I look through my drawers here. Anybody want to come over and clean out my drawers? Where the heck is it? I can't, it's here somewhere, but, or even the Disney castle behind me, right? You guys see the Disney castle? So, Donna, when I was drawing the Disney castle, I was looking at a picture, I'm not going to take it off the wall, but right here. I was looking at a photograph of the castle as I was doing it. That piece, you know, these are really quick inkling sketches. The Disney castle took, I think I actually have it on, I have the video, I have a time lapse on YouTube. I don't know if the whole video is on there. You know, that was a couple-hour piece to do. And there's not a lot of lines. But I had to consciously really look at the picture, go back and forth, and just pull out the basic shapes of the building. So there's a time when I definitely have pictures to use as references and take my time and pull out the main features I want to show. Yeah, this stuff is just how my brain's wired. Like, some of you guys draw amazing, you know, animals, and thinking of Chris and her gnomes. We all have certain things that we gravitate to, that we can sketch and draw pretty, maybe not easily, but it's just something that naturally comes to us, at least the subject matter. So Donna, I don't know, you know, if you're not used to drawing painting or painting buildings and sketching architecture, it's a muscle that we have to keep working on and developing. So if you want, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, you'll get there. And I'm more than happy to share what I know and to try to get you to do this. That's a really good point. I don't know if I'm helping. I might be rambling, but I'm so glad you put that out there. So good stuff. Cat, performing arts. You sketching the watercolor, doing its movement magic. Performing arts. Performing arts. Cat, yeah. So I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but performing arts. You know, let me know what you're talking about. I can't remember, but I love that comment, guys. I love what you guys write. It's so awesome. Sometimes I get lost in the chat. I'm not keeping up with you guys. It's really fun, Jason. Yep, I read that. Hey, Michael Hahn, good to see you. How are you? Everybody, Rue's in the house. Good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. This is so cool. Keep on, friend. Thank you, sir. What an honor. You are a mentor. Amazing, 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 amazing talent. Thank you. Wow, this is so cool. Now I got to be on my best behavior, if I can do it. This is so funny. So yeah, so that's the skyline, right? So we're going to keep it really simple. I mean, if you guys are up for it, I can do another one. Rue's in the house. Let's all hear it for Rue, man. If you guys don't know Rue, RueDoodles.com. The man, the myth, the legend, Michael Hahn. I am so glad that I discovered you, man. You are awesome. You're a mentor, a friend. You had me on your show, and I was so blessed that day. Endless gratitude. And I hope you're going somewhere great at the airport. Hope you're going away somewhere fun. Let us know. That would be so cool. Yeah, and definitely see you tomorrow. Rue is on tomorrow morning, 8:57 a.m., guys. Check out RueDoodles.com, and you will not be disappointed, for sure. I don't have a harmonica. I am missing the harmonica. That's awesome. So, you know, this is a simpler, cleaner type of sketch. You know, this was a little more focused. But again, it started off as this random kind of scribbling in shapes. Let's do another one if you guys are into it. And then maybe we'll break out some the sepia marker and we'll play around with that. Maybe we'll break out some cerulean blue ink. All right. So my music just switched. Tom Petty is no longer playing. It's back to Nirvana. So we'll get something Nirvana-ish maybe. Right? Music is inspirational. So guys, always feel free to leave your comments and questions in the chat. I'll definitely take a look. If you're on YouTube, you know, share it, like it. Let's get more people watching this. You know, positivity. Let's spread positivity through creativity. Sometimes it's the simple gestures in life that can make a huge impact. You never know who's watching on the other side. That's what I say in school when I'm teaching to the kids that are virtual and they don't have their cameras on. I can't force them to have their cameras on, but I don't know if they're watching or listening, and it's something I might say or one of their classmates might say could inspire them. So you never know who you're going to impact with what you do. Just put it out there and good will come back. But don't put it out there just to get good to come back. That's not the main motivation. You want to serve, right? Serve with what you're doing. We all have different gifts and abilities. And one of mine is eating Ben & Jerry's. So that is going to be on tap for later. I had to work in Ben & Jerry's. You know that, guys. So I'm just kind of going with the music, adding lines, and we'll see what happens. See if we pull anything out of this. Just letting loose with the Sharpie. And not the dog. That is a Sharpay. I think I told you that story about when I was doing a session for the Boy Scouts. And one of the kids thought I was talking about using a dog to do sketching. He thought I was saying a Sharpie. I'm like, no, a Sharpie. We're gonna bring in some of the Pilot Precise pen. So as you guys know, the Sharpie is waterproof. This won't bleed when I add water, but we'll get a little bit of bleeding with the Precise pen. So we'll just play around with this and we'll see what happens. So if you guys are seeing anything in this, let me know. If there's anything, like Heather saw like a village before, the other one, the other sketch. Is anybody seeing anything come out of this one? Of course I have skylines on my brain, but I'm seeing if I can see anything else come out of this one. Sometimes adding color, maybe, or maybe it'll just be abstract, right? I don't know. Maybe it's an exercise in lines. I'm thinking too much because I'm trying really hard to see something in this, and I should just be creating. I'm just letting the flow happen. I don't want to think and pre-plan. Alright, I'm going to break out some of the sepia marker, and we'll just add some sepia around here and start pulling out maybe some kinds of forms or shapes. I see someone said, Amy! Exclamation points, Amy! So Amy, hello, I think Amy's watching. I'm not sure who, do I know you, Amy? If I don't know you, hello. But it's great that you're here. Alright, so I'm just taking my sepia pen and putting it on the palette. And we're just going to use a water brush and paint with it. I'd like to put it on the palette rather than on the paper. It's just easier for me to kind of layer it on here. So similar to how we used the red before, I'm just using a sepia tone. A little bit darker. And I had another thought. I'm going to break out some of this next. We're going to put some yellow on here. So maybe we're creating a darker type of scene, maybe going back to the grungy stuff we were talking about, grunge effects before. I should have used Becky, we could go back to the magic solution. Let's break out some of the magic solution. There we go. So I'm combining this magic solution rusty color with the sepia. I feel like I'm going off the page. Sorry guys, my sketchbook is like sliding off frame there. Getting too carried away. It's not art unless you get carried away. Unless you wear it, right? Got some right there. So we're creating some kind of I'm picturing an urban factory type of structure or building happening here. You'll get some kind of a smokestack going up here. It's an industrial, some kind of industrial vibe is what I'm feeling with this piece. So that's why I'm breaking out these rusty colors, the sepia color, kind of mixing them up. No one says that you have to create beautiful, clean architecture buildings. I find industrial buildings, the rusty old industrial buildings, to be absolutely beautiful. There's something very poetic about them. You know, they've been around, they have stories to tell. You know, kind of like the crow's feet around my eyes. Shows I've been around for a while. I don't have exciting stories, but I do have at least the signs of aging. There we go. So I'm just putting some more on here, mixing up the sepia pen with our magic solution, patent pending. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here, guys, because I know I'm hiding the sketch behind the comments. Don't hide your sketches behind your comments. Let your sketches shine through. So I'm just taking some of that sepia, I'm adding it on top of the magic. So the magic solution, guys, if you don't know, this is a mix I made about over a year ago. Don't know exactly everything in it, but I do have acrylic paint in here, acrylic ink in here. I think there was some orange in here as well. I wish I had written down the recipe. I believe there was even some blue in here, because I was intentionally wanted to create like a rust color. This is probably one of my absolute favorite color combinations right here. Cerulean blue, and I love a rusty color that goes with it. To me, I find this really beautiful. This guy's crazy. I think he needs to get off the air. No, guys, we all like different colors and different things appeal to us. Cool. I want to break out some of that yellow and pop some yellow. Maybe there's some lights or something happening in here. Oops. You can blame Nirvana for this. What's going on? Let's see. I know I'm missing some comments here and there, but I'll come back and look through them. I'm cracking myself up. One thing I don't ever let my real laugh out because it's horrible. So, but I am laughing inside. Becky, there are those mid-century modern lines again. Yeah, Becky, I love how you see that. It's kind of weird. It's a trend, right? There's always some mid-century modern going on in my sketches. That's really funny that you said that. I love that. Amy, hello. Good to see you. Welcome. Hey, Maggie, how are you? I see trees in a pond with reflections. I love that you guys are seeing different things. Chris, I don't think I own a piece of clothing without some type of paint on it. That's right, Chris. It's not art unless you wear it. Gotta get a t-shirt with that. Very layered, like a wedding cake, kinda. This could be a cool kind of wedding cake. Becky, I love that. I love that. You're not hungry, are you? Me too, and food I dribble. Thank you, Jason. Have to go. Julie, thank you for tuning in. I always appreciate you guys being here watching. Have a great, great night. I will be back on tomorrow night, guys. I'll be on now for a little bit longer, but I'll be back tomorrow at 7:45-ish. Boy, you guys are amazing. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. You guys getting some benefit out of this? You having fun? Might have to grab a drink. I have some Gatorade somewhere, I think. Still working on my grape Gatorade from yesterday. Then we're going to break out some, I'm debating. Let me know what you guys think. Should I break out some of this sunshine yellow? Here's sunshine yellow, watercolor ink, or I'm going to go with whoever has the most votes. Should we use this chartreuse brush pen? And I just wanted to say chartreuse. And I'm not going to spell it. And I don't need to, it's right here. Sorry, it's a little blurry. So give me a shout out. I mean, not a shout out, let me know. Yellow or chartreuse. And I'll get a drink here. Check in again. Yes. Yellow or chartreuse? I got a yellow. The first vote in is Donna, and Donna says yellow. Whoop. Chris says chartreuse. I got one for yellow, one for chartreuse. It's a dilemma. Oh, I got 2 chartreuses. Hey, are you guys spell checking chartreuse? Who's spell checking out there? I would never be able to spell that. You guys are awesome. I didn't even really know how to say it until about a week or so ago. I see chartreuse winning out. I'll give it another 30 seconds or a minute and we'll see. Spell check, spell check. Chartreuse. Chartreuse. Donna says go with Chris. Donna, you changed your vote from yellow. Chris, you spell check. See, I knew someone was spell checking out there. And that's good. That's why we have spell check. My spell check was Webster's, right? The dictionary. Flipping through the pages. That's how I used to spell check. You know what's crazy? All right. I gotta say this, guys. Spell check. Let's talk spell check. High school kids, right? Love them. You guys know I love teaching. What drives me insane, and I don't teach language arts, so I don't take points off for this. What drives me crazy, guys, is this. Let me write it here. A little diversion. Let me write this. Let's break out another Sharpie for this fun lesson. Let's break out this Sharpie. This isn't, wait. This Sharpie has someone's name on it. Alex. Who the heck is Alex? Do they all have that on there? That's weird. Alright guys, this is what drives me crazy. I'll just write it. I'll write it. This is a weird Sharpie, guys. What the heck? Wait, I'm all over the place, I know. I don't even know where this came from. Alright, this is what drives me crazy. Oh, let's say someone's turning in a paper, or not a paper, they're answering a question. This is what drives me crazy, ready? I went to I should put Chick-fil-A because that's the big thing. I went to Chick-fil-A, but I went to the store. This drives me insane. I'm not the best speller, I'm not the best at grammar, and that's cool, but this drives me insane right here. Whenever I see lowercase i's, right, it should be I. I know it's not a huge deal, but it's just one of those things when I see it, I cringe. I'm like, guys, you capitalized your I. And I've seen worse than that. I have some students that really can't spell at all, and it's kind of a shame. And they're smart kids. I think it's just lazy. They don't use spell check. They're just kind of being lazy with it. They take it for granted. But that just drives me insane. All right. See, this is why I teach architecture, because yeah. Let's go back to this building. Let's add some yellow. Oh wait, chartreuse. Some of each. I got. Do both. All right, let's do both. I copied everyone's spelling. Maggie, that's smart. Maggie's got the system down. Let the others spell it first, and then spell it the way they spelled it. I like that. Good thinking, Maggie. You guys are so much fun. All right, so let's break out this chartreuse, and then maybe we'll do yellow and put them both on here. So I'm going to just pop some on here. The lights are on, but you're not home. The lights are on, but you're not home. You guys know what song I'm singing? Well, I wouldn't call it singing, but the lights are on. And we'll take our water brush and we'll just kind of spread the chartreuse love. So I'm just taking a chartreuse and just repainting it in certain areas, just popping out maybe some kind of lights We're on in this industrial-ish type of building. And I like the idea of having both, because then we'll just compare and we'll see if they look any different or if they look the same. We'll break out the sunshine yellow. Kind of want to grunge up this a little bit, the yellow, so I'm going to get some of that sepia that's on my board here. There we go. Not all of it, it's just some places I want to add some sepia. Sorry guys, I keep drifting this way. Let's put this scrap piece up here. Alright, so let's put some of the yellow on. I'm just going to grab a brush out of here. I have a little filbert brush here. Right out of the bottle, and we'll see what the difference is. Here we are. Just putting it on kind of thick here so we can compare them. Now I'm not trying to stay in these boxes and in this grid here. That's why I love loose style sketching. It's designed to go outside of the lines. If I was to paint every little box here, it would, like I'm doing it here, it would take me forever. And the idea is just quick, get it out, have fun, be playful. So you guys can see the differences. I actually like the idea that you guys had used both. I'll hold it up here a little bit. By the way, I am not charging extra tonight for having this aerial performance. There's no wires, no net underneath my sketchbook. Just holding it up in mid-air and painting it. So no extra fee for this demonstration, this anti-gravity sketchbook painting demonstration. As a matter of fact, this is the debut, the premiere event. Make sure you tell your friends that you saw it here first. I was rewatching a movie the other night, one of my faves, called The Prestige. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, Michael Caine. Two illusionists, a little rivalry thing going on. I'm thinking of that because I'm thinking of the illusion of this floating, the trick. Great movie. If you have not seen The Illusionist, it's a different movie. The Prestige, I recommend it. And I was just listening to a David Bowie song, The Man Who Sold the World. David Bowie is in The Prestige as well. And he plays Nikola Tesla. And he is awesome. Oh my God. David Bowie is just an amazing. He was, and his legend lives on as an amazing talent. That looks awesome, guys. I'm loving the two different colors. Thank you for your suggestions, everybody. So I'm going to plan on wrapping up at 9:30, unless you guys are still around and you want to see more. I'll keep going. I'm having a blast, as always. Let me know, what are you getting out of tonight so far? Put it in the comments. Give me some thumbs up out there, or share something you're getting out of this. If it's whether it's you guys are loving what you're talking about in the chat, you're inspiring each other. Any tips or takeaways from anything I'm doing? I'd love for you guys to share that. Maybe we can share beforehand and we can go through and talk about it. I am liking this yellow on top of the chartreuse. Who says you can't mix them, right? Let's put some more chartreuse on there. Alright, who's counting how many times the word chartreuse is being used tonight? Anybody? You need to have the chartreuse counter. I think the Sharpie count one night was up to 70 something. 70, I forget what it was, 70 something times the word Sharpie was used. I'm going to put some more sepia on here in some places. You know what I didn't break out yet today? My graphite stick. It's right here. Let's put a little bit of graphite on here. Just want to dirty this up a little bit, make it more grungy looking. So I'm going to put down the graphite and we'll add some water on top of it. I don't want to cover the entire building with this graphite. I want some of the white so it still pops out. I don't want to lose the building in the background that's happening. I just want to just grunge it a little bit here and there. Cool. We're going to add a little more of our magic solution right here. Patent pending. Now it's kind of, you may have noticed, like, you can see the brush strokes here, which is great. I like that because it adds to the, it's kind of hard to see on screen here. It's not a smooth stroke. You can see the kind of the bristles, and I think that adds to the overall kind of grunge effect. Here, I'll exaggerate it down here. So I'm talking about that kind of look, and I'm just dragging the brush lightly so you get that effect. I'm not pushing down hard on it, and I like that kind of bristly, we'll call it bristly look. I'm sure there's a technical word, but we'll go with bristly. It's kind of like Sicily, but it's bristly. All right. Yeah, this is a fun piece. I'm liking this. Hey, Chris, I saw that you popped out. If you're still here, have a great night. If you're not here, still have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Heather K, take care. Have a great night. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks for watching. Could be Whoville at night. Ooh, Whoville at night. We should have the Grinch somewhere on here. I like that. Becky's imagination's always running wild. That's awesome. Janice, you got it. Yeah, Addicted to Love. The lights are on, but you're not home. Janice, bing, 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 bing. Janice, 10 points for you. That is the exact song I was thinking of before. Robert Palmer. Addicted to Love. Love that song. That's so awesome you got that. Yay, Janice. Maggie, it's a very free type of art. I love it. Oh, thank you, Maggie. I appreciate that comment. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a great, I like how you described it. It is very freeing. It's very loose. Kind of spur of the moment sketching. So thank you, Maggie. Great comment. Art as a means of communicating and coping. Yeah, Becky, art. Yeah, art. I'm glad that's one of your big takeaways. Art is definitely a way of communicating and coping with things. Great takeaway, Becky. Opening yourself up to others takes courage. Yeah, it definitely takes courage. It does. I am bad. I am really bad in big groups of people. Bad as far as I just don't really feel comfortable in big groups of people. For me to be actually here, it's weird that I'm even doing this because it's really weird to be here knowing people are out there listening. It does take courage. It takes courage to be here in front of you guys doing this stuff and just being who I am. You know, no acts, not pretending. This is it, man. Bad hair day is a bad hair day. Hey, I'm wearing Batman today. I love Batman. It's all good. It's who I am. So be yourself, right? Yes, great song. Addicted Love. You like? It is a great song. Awesome. D-Ray. Dre. All right. Is it D-Ray? Is it Dre? How do I say this? Is it Dr. A.E.? How do I say your name? Dre? D-Ray? Let me know. I don't want to mess it up. I don't mean to be butchering it. I appreciate you watching and commenting. That's so awesome. So as this is drying, I like what's happening in here. Colors are kind of blending together a little bit. Things are drying a little bit lighter than I put them on. You can see some transparency happening in here. I think I want to grunge it up just a little bit more. Maybe splattering, you know, I was thinking of doing some splattering with the cerulean blue just to grunge it up. Do you guys think this would be cool? Or am I totally nuts? I feel like I just want to put some of this on here. We only live once, right? Let's do it. Now what's coming back into my brain is, where's that water tower? I did a water tower. Grungy water tower, not the one from tonight. This is the one we did earlier tonight. Actually, I'll pull this out. So this is how this is drying. This is what we did when we started tonight. So I can apparently brush off the watercolor stick. Right, you can kind of see a theme going on a little bit with the backgrounds, kind of the grunginess look. This is a little bit cleaner than this. Let me zoom out a little bit more. I think I'm too close. There we go. You guys can see it better now. Ooh, my light just flashed. That was weird. Actually, you know what I might do? Instead of I have some of this blue watercolor marker. Maybe we'll put some of this in here. So I'm just using my board as a palette again, and we're just going to put some of the. This is a blue cerulean blue watercolor marker, Winsor & Newton. And I'm just going to add some blue on here. It's going to help kind of blend in some of these hard edges on here. And I just like the color combination of the blue and the sepia tones and the rust tones together. And then it'll make sense if I end up splattering some of this on. Here it'll make sense because I do have some blue in other places as well. If I just splattered for splattered's sake, it would. I guess it would for me, it just would look kind of weird. I feel like I need to have some of that idea of that blue somewhere else in the painting as well. Or this, I call these sketch paintings. I don't know, ink and wash sketches I call them as well. When I say painting, to me it's more of a formal kind of art piece. So I like to think of these as ink and wash sketches or watercolor sketches. So you might hear me, use transformers. You might hear me interchange those words: sketching, sketch painting, ink and wash. So I'm just taking this blue and I'm just kind of touching it in this building. Let me actually put some on here. It's kind of dry. Use the other end. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. The other side was kind of dried up. So you get yellow and blue make green, so you get kind of green tinges going on here and there. Becky, this is looking more and more to me like mid-century modern lines like you were saying before. I'm seeing it more than when I'm adding these colors on here. So it's interesting that you had picked up on that. There we go. I'm liking adding this. So one of my rules is I typically like to use not more than 3 or 4 colors at the most. This we have Magic Solution 1, Sepias 2, Chartreuse 3, Yellow 4. If we count the black, that would be 5. The white would be 6, right? That's okay. Sometimes it just gets a little chaotic if you use too many colors. But I think in this, I feel like it's working pretty well. There we go. I think it's taken on more character. Cool piece. All right, let me see. Should we splatter? I'm gonna zoom in so you can get a better shot of what I'm doing there. Cool. Tamberly, no, yeah. So my wife does not draw. She her creativity is she is singing, so doing like community chorus, or we have a community players group in town, so she likes to do acting or in plays. So that's her creativity there in those areas. And reading, I consider reading to be creative. I am not a big reader. She is an avid reader. So yeah, those are her things. So yeah, no, I'm the only one that does this. My son isn't. He is so not into any of this stuff. But he's only 15. He's finding his way in life, which is awesome. He's a great kid. I'm a lucky dad. Good question. Still love the water tower. Janice, I'm so glad you love that water tower. Looks cool. Dawn, good night. Have a great weekend. Thank you. You guys are loving this water tower. That is so awesome. I'm glad you guys like this. Yeah. I'm liking it too. I'm liking it. Cool, man. All right, let's put a little bit of splatter. We're going to do the toothbrush method. I have my toothbrush here, and then we're going to wrap up after this one. So I got my toothbrush. This is how I like to splatter paint. So let me take some of this blue acrylic ink. I want to put some of it in this Pringles container. See, there's Mr. Pringle guy right there. He's smiling. He's saying he's happy about something. What are you happy about, Mr. Pringle guy? Come on, I'm not the only one who talks to Pringles containers, am I? I can't be. This show is unedited. Unedited. All right, so I have my cerulean blue in there. I'm going to put a little bit of water just to dilute it so it spreads, splatters a little bit better. Let's just go for it. Gotta be brave. This takes bravery. This takes bravery and a poncho. Sometimes you need to wear a poncho when you do this because this could be really, really messy. Just warning you. Alright, so I'm just dipping the toothbrush in here. Alright, here comes the messy part. Alright, so you're just going to take your thumb or a finger, take my index finger, and we're just going to kind of see what's happening there. I don't want to get too crazy because I think that's enough. You could overpower something really easily. overpower a piece if you add too much splatter. I think it's just enough on there. But guys, most importantly, it's not art unless what? You wear it. There we go. I am definitely wearing it. So I think this piece is done. Came out really cool. And I can't let my paint go to waste, so I'm just going to take that. I have this scrap piece of paper. This is I use to clean my brush off and as I'm working. I still have some cerulean blue in here, so I'm just going to use it and brush it on here and play around for a sec. And then we'll do the wind down, the wrap up session. So I'm just taking this paint, I'm just playing around. I like to keep my scrap paper to mix different colors on it, play around. Sometimes really magical things will happen that you don't expect. So I like calling it scrap paper because that's what it is. And sometimes when you think of the word scrap, you're not thinking you're creating a beautiful piece of work. You're just doing something on scrap paper, right? It's like a mental thing. And on these scrap pieces of paper, I'll just tend to layer stuff over stuff. Like this is actually pretty cool what's happening here. Just gotta move that. Zoom in. I like playing with the zoom button. Oh, I can't go any closer. All right. There's some really funky, cool things happening in here. I like what's happening down here. I like what's happening up in here. So there's little cool moments in this scrap piece. All right, guys. I think it's time for the wrap up tonight. Bum, 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 bum. I really like your scrap paper lighthouse. Really, that's cool, Becky. You like the scrap paper? Put it here so you guys can see it. Awesome. That's so cool that you like it. I feel like I want to add some pink, some fluorescent pink on this. I have these markers. What the heck? I got these cool markers. I don't know. I've actually never used it. It's a Copic, I think. No, Sketch Marker Graphics. I don't believe these are water soluble, but maybe it is. There we go. Cool. Oh, sorry, I have a cap in my mouth. Awesome. Hey, guys. All right, so let's do the wrap up. What do we do tonight? We started off with our water tower. Let's welcome Water Tower back into the room, guys. Let's hear it for the Water Tower. I just clapped for a Water Tower. Must be late. All right. Boom. Let's zoom out. Zoom out so we can see it. There we go. Yeah, so the idea with this was I found this. Where did it go? There it is. I found this Daniel Smith extra fine watercolor stick. Found it, never used one of these before, wanted to play around with an experiment, so that's what started this off, just trying something new out. Definitely need more practice and figure out how to use it better, but we were just playing around, and then I found this paint thing too that I had never used. It's kind of a metallic blue. It's called Hudson Bay Blue. And I just wanted to play around with that. So what inspired this piece tonight was playing around with some materials that have been around here, I haven't used. Figured to break them out. And we ended up with this, and of course we added some magic solution. We got this really cool industrial architectural water tower. Awesome. And you went from there to, this is a funky, this is actually an acrylic thing I did a long time ago. Playing around with acrylic, but I was playing with textures on it. I don't know if you can see them. And this is part of the wrap up, but I was just messing around with acrylics on here. And I saw this, which I'll show you guys. This was actually my first oil painting I've ever tried to do. First and only one. I've never played with oil painting after this. So this is oil paint. Probably took like 4 years to dry. No, I don't know how long. But this was watercolor. This was oil paint. First time I ever tried it, and there was a little landscape or mountain type of scene going on there. I have to say I didn't have the patience to work with the oil because it takes so long to dry. But I do love the texture you can get with oil paint. You can also get it with acrylic. There's some really cool textures on here I can feel on these mountains and on the clouds. So, painting isn't always 2D. You can have 3D and texture to it to add to it. I know I'm off topic. So, not really. It's all fun. It's all creativity. Oh, it's in a different book. Yeah, so we did this one. We worked on this. Some similar things going on. It's kind of industrial grunginess going on. I like Becky's, call to mid-century lines on this. I totally see it. And it was just fun to pop in some yellow, some brights on this, in contrast to the darks around it. And we played around with the splattering technique. You can ask my index finger. He says yes. We did e-splattering. So the splattering helped create the grunge atmosphere on this. And then on this, the grunginess was the real quick, rough, dark watercolor crayon, whatever it's called, stick on here as well, right? Kind of that grungy look. Put the water down, we put the watercolor stick on it and let it work its magic. Cool, guys. So it's 9:46. Let me go through the comments, see if I could answer any last questions. If I don't see them all now, I will go through them at some point in time. So, yeah, I think I got the questions I'm seeing. You guys are awesome. I don't know how to thank you enough for your time. Becky says, Dawn says good night. Becky, yes, we answered that. You guys are amazing. I hope you had some fun tonight. I hope you got something out of it, not just from me, but from each other, whether it was something positive, some kind of support, some creative takeaway. Maybe just like to watch a man who talks to his paints and his Sharpie pens, or uses his finger to say yes. I don't know, but it's all good. You guys are amazing, so thank you for watching. I'll be on tomorrow night at 7:45, tomorrow Saturday. My goal tomorrow is I'm going to try to do this. If I can get to Michael's and get the marker I need, or the markers I need, we'll be doing an inking night. If not, we'll just ink out loud and do some of this type of stuff, okay? So I'm not sure yet. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Share this with your friends, family, people you want to encourage creativity with. Someone that maybe is having a bad day and needs some uplifting. I would love for you guys to share this on YouTube, Facebook. Let's keep this thing growing. Let's just keep paying it forward with the gift of creativity and positivity, right? Thanks, guys, so much. I appreciate you all. Have a great, great night. Peace and live creatively. I will see you tomorrow night, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. I am going to bring some Ben & Jerry's tomorrow. Bring some Ben & Jerry's, and we'll compare flavors. All right, you guys are awesome. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. Yes, I'm looking for the end button. Oh yeah, and did you guys like the comments on the screen that I just made really huge? Let me know if you like that comment feature. I'll keep it up next time. It's really cool when we get YouTubers and Facebookers all here and we can all see each other's comments. That's pretty neat. Take care, guys. I can go on until midnight tonight. This is so much fun. So who knows? Maybe I'll pop on again before I go to bed. We'll see.